What's up YouTube? This is Brian from Bull Strength coming at you with another video, and today we're talking with Micah about excuses. Alright, so I'm here with Micah from Fitness out of Tampa, Florida. He owns a meal prep service, he's got a gym, he does group classes, he pretty much is a jack of all trades. And what we're talking about today is excuses. So how do excuses actually hinder a client's progress?
Man, I think that's pretty much the biggest thing that hinders their progress, are excuses. Because if you think you can't do something, or you make up, excuses of why you can't do something, you're never gonna get something done.
Right. Like the more you tell yourself, negative stuff,
it's gonna happen.
Yep, it's gonna come to fruition.
Exactly. So once you can eliminate those excuses mentally, physically, you'll start doing the work. And you might have valid excuses, but sometimes you just gotta say, "F it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna find a solution toward that excuse so I can get that work done, so I can execute."
Right. So buckle down and have some discipline is the takeaway from that.
Yeah. For something that's kind of big, you're going to have a bunch of failures, and you're going to have a lot of things that are going to tell you mentally, give you excuses mentally, like, my knee hurts, my hamster died yesterday, I have to lay low this week and eat shitty,
Mm-hmm.
So, through whatever goal you're going towards, you're gonna come through a lot of downfalls and a lot of failures and shit. And how you're gonna handle that, I guess we can talk about that, about failing,
Mm-hmm.
about, what's the word, when you're going through a lot of hurdles,
Yeah, like a
trials
setback
and tribulations,
kind of thing.
and setbacks, and how excuses are easier to make when you go through that type of shit.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, it's the easy route.
Yeah. Let's talk about when you are on this fitness journey and you do get your first hamstring pull, or even soreness, not even a pull muscle. When you get sore, I think that's the biggest excuse for people that just starting out in physical fitness, is they never felt their muscles get sore, so immediately they go to maybe their physicians or their friends, and they give them some, "Hey, you need to do this stretch or go to yoga class, you need to stop lifting weights," So,
Right.
It scares people because they never felt that, and they think they're injured, okay? And that's an excuse where, you're gonna put in your head that this is too much for me, my body can't handle this, I'm hurting, and I can't go anymore, this is not for me, so let me do Zumba, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not saying Zumba is bad or anything, but, do something that's easier on your body.
Mm-hmm.
But with easy work, will you get some results? Yes, you will. But depending on how hard, whatever your goal is for your physique, it's the amount of work you got to put on your body.
Mm-hmm. And most people quit just shy of what they're capable of. There's been studies that have come out recently that the average person in the gym actually quits around 40% of their maximum output.
Oh, wow.
That's you've probably done some distance running and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and you know how after that first mile or two, it's like, man, can I do this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's that 40% mark where a lot of people, they'll just stop and be like, this hurts too much.
Oh, no.
But it's like, you haven't even put in the effort yet.
No. And that's just a mental block. Once you start feeling uncomfortable, that's when people quit, right? And that's all up here, and that's what working out is for, to push your body to those limits. And when you start feeling uncomfortable, you have to embrace that. You have to start being comfortable with, being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a mental battle. It's more than physical, because like you said, your body could handle a lot more. You just use 40% right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you stop.
Right. And the thing about exercise is you're volunteering your body to go through stress. You know what I mean? There's there's nothing not stressful about exercise. Like, it literally releases cortisol, your stress hormones.
Yes.
Like, but it's a good kind of stress. Like, human beings are not designed to sit in front of a desk for 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day and, you know, just be sedentary. Like, it's part of our biology. Like, we have to put ourselves through stress in order to adapt and grow.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's, you know, if you haven't put your body through stress, pretty much really ever in your life, that could be a whole new world for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you could make up a million excuses why you don't want to do this type of work. So, that's when people usually quit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
When the going, what they say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Yep. And the weak fall out.
Yeah, literally.
So, like, what are some things that people can do when they've identified that they are not putting in enough effort? What are some things that people can do to actually push themselves over that limit?
Good question. What I did this morning, I was under the bar. I had 3:15 as my last set, and I was pretty damn tired. But accountability pretty much pushes me through that threshold, and I start to get weak mentally. And I'm like, okay, you know, who needs me? My son needs me. You know, my members need me to lift this freaking weight, or they're gonna see their trainer / leader as weak mentally. So I have to be very accountable, especially when I'm going through the trenches with training. So with myself, I have to be very, very accountable, because there's people pretty much looking up to you. Anybody, you know. It doesn't matter what your profession is, what you do during, you know, in your life, you have somebody that looks up to you. Even if you're looking up to somebody as well, you know, you could be looking up to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you think about him when you're lifting that weight. Like, would he quit right now? You know,
Right.
Would he throw in the towel? You know,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like just kind of having a role model and just imagining what they would do, like, if you're in that position.
Even putting yourself in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you gotta think as, okay, I'm a professional powerlifter or whatever you're doing. You know, and once you put yourself there mentally, you act as that being that you want to be. And once you can do that, you know, anything is possible. It'll kick you right back into gear. I mean, it did it for me. You know, my whole thing is wolf pack. You'll see it all through my gym. You know, if I want to be a wolf, what are the characteristics of a wolf? You know, am I portraying those characteristics? You know, I have to be accountable for what I see myself as, even if it's some hairy being. Yes.
Yeah, and it's especially hard as a trainer too, because I mean, you know, people who go to the gym, like, they can have an off day and just not go, or, you know, maybe they have a death in the family, or they have a legitimate reason why they can't train, but, like, as a trainer, it doesn't friggin' matter. Like, you know, you could be going through a lot of stuff in life, and you still got to show up, and you still got to
you gotta
set the example.
Yeah, basically, and that's part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be twice as tough.
All right. So you think that's a good point too, about like being tough on yourself?
Yeah, especially in fitness. I mean, you know, half the people that start fitness, they're trying to improve on something, either their health or their physique. So, I mean, obviously, you had something negative that you didn't want, so you have to be tough. You got to be really tough on yourself about that if you want to find a solution.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, you want to be patient as well. But
that's important.
With the excuses, you know, some of them might be valid, but you have to have patience with yourself with those small hurdles that you jump over. You know, even like running around the block. You know, you finally freaking got out of the house and tried to run. I mean, your excuse could have been just stay there, hit the snooze button and sleep. You know, you actually got up and went outside.
Right.
Did you make it around the whole block? Maybe you didn't, but you tried. I mean, that's the first step.
Right.
Just getting out of the house, getting out of bed. So,
and even if you fail 100 times, like, as long as you keep showing up,
yeah,
you know.
Exactly. So, I mean, you just eliminated one excuse, was just to get up, you know. So you have to be patient with yourself. You're not gonna run a marathon in a day.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
And you're not gonna. It's unfortunate that a lot of trainers market themselves as being capable of having clients lose 30 pounds in a month or some stuff like that. But the reality is that you have to be very patient. You're not going to lose 30 pounds of body fat in 1 month. Like, it's impossible, right? I mean, at most you might be able to lose 2 pounds a week, right? So you're healthy, and even that's like a blistering caloric deficit that you're in,
basically. And
that's just for 8 pounds in a month. You know what I mean? It's a journey. Once you know, fitness isn't just like something you do for 3 weeks. It's not like a 3-week plan or a 4-week plan. It's a lifetime thing. It's something you have to commit to, and you have to keep at it.
Yeah, I mean, the journey itself is what's rewarding. It's not the reward itself. Because once you get a reward, well, you put it on the shelf and it gets old. Like, there's no. You think about everything that you did to get to that, you know, to earn that reward. So, I mean, once you start embracing the journey, you know, it will be a lot less stress. You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's important that you do shelf that reward, but as soon as you earn that, you got to shoot for something else. You know, like immediately. Like,
exactly.
You know, like since I've been training here, I've been trying really hard to get up to a 600-pound deadlift, and it's taken me years and years and years. And you know, I know the second I hit 600 pounds, 700 is a new goal. You know what I mean? Like, it's just about keeping yourself. That's another thing too. It's kind of tricking your brain to stay entertained, to stay engaged. You know what I mean? And you do that through setting goals.
Exactly, setting goals, setting milestones, and reaching it, going to the next. You never want to be complacent. But yeah, I mean, the journey itself is what's rewarding, and there's going to be plenty of excuses throughout your journey, but you really got to just reset your mind and just remember why you're doing this, and try to look for all the, you know, the glass half full. Look at all the good things that's coming through, and how it's going to change you in your personal life as well, not just your fitness life. You know, fitness is your personal life. So you quit on a set of curls, you know, you're gonna go to your job and probably quit on the last page of assignment, right? Because you're learning bad habits, you know, through the weight room. So
there's actually a lot of correlation between people who put in more effort in the gym and people who are successful, like in the corporate world. If you got that grit, if you can push yourself physically, you know, if you got that mental toughness, it's gonna translate into a successful career too.
Grit is a good key point in this video, because I wish they taught it in schools. You know, basically grit is trying to execute something that is very tough, you know, and actually pushing through to get to that, you know. So you really have to be a very gritty person when you're in your fitness program, even if it's just doing a yoga position. You know, you have to maintain that balance, maintain that core strength, maintain that breathing, keep practicing every day. Even every time you fall on your ass, you got to maintain that grit without quitting and without using excuses to make you feel better.
And that's the point of the whole video. Stop making excuses.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did enjoy the content. And Micah, you can find his information in the description below, and my information as well. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.